My name is Tyrone Williams. I'm an undercover Syndicate agent who is posing as a medical doctor. Today my tasks are to ensure fellow Trader Joe's stalker lives, Cliff Patel completes half their objectives, and I need myself get on the shuttle without being caught. I spent the first few minutes of the shift just being a doctor, not really trying to raise suspicion. I spent 15-20 minutes at least looking for the cargo tech or the janitor, and I just couldn't find them. I spent some more time in medical after walking around, just cracking some jokes, making the other doctors comfortable around me. Nothing too extreme. I read on the radio that the hop got bombed, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to sow a little chaos. The person who called it just said, "bomb hop," and I was making a joke saying, is that a demand or a statement? Somebody else then says, "C4 hop," and I then keep joking, is that a question? And I'm sure this is probably the first thing that, I think this probably made some people suspicious of my allegiance, but admittedly Tyrone is a character that kind of likes a little bit of radio chaos, a little bit of radio joking. And finally, after another 10-15 minutes, I walked around to the station and I found Joe. Now, Joe was the hop bomber, and he got away with it at first. But I was trying to talk to him, and we figured out the code words pretty quickly, so things were going well. Until the captain just sort of walked in and just stood there when we were whispering, and like a lot of people in this game, they see you whispering and they just automatically assume you're a syndicate. So I was just kind of playing it off in a somewhat obvious way that I was a syndicate. I was kind of hoping he would not metagame it, but I was anticipating him reacting, and the captain did indeed react. But what I didn't anticipate was the janitor having a bag full of C4, leaving it on the ground, while the captain was only a few feet away. And what I also really didn't expect was the janitor panicking and just tossing his C4 at us and bailing. He didn't make it very far at all. And yeah, he got arrested. However, he was my protection target, and he was actually probably better off in perma because they didn't kill him. He didn't do anything to warrant an execution. So this actually secured my protection. I basically had the biggest gang in the station known as security be his protection, so that actually worked out rather well. I also had a little run-in with the security officer who was wearing galoshes, and I get annoyed a little bit when security is wearing galoshes. So I just started to do this thing where I subtly threatened him, and I said, "I want those shoes." And I just kept doing that. It's kind of a joke. It didn't really go anywhere, but then a nice doctor gave me a pair of coder socks, and I just kind of wore them for the rest of the shift. It wasn't much longer until I see an unnamed middle-aged man in the middle of medical, and I thought, this is kind of weird. So I ask him who he is, and he talks, and I realize, oh, that's my other target. That's the guy I need to help. So I basically just pull off some bullshit, and I pull him into a private room so we can talk. There's a little bit of miscommunication about the code words, but I eventually just get very upfront with it because I just was tired of... I spent already 30-40 minutes just trying to even find this guy. So I was very obvious. I said, "What do you need me to do?" And he said, "I need the ID, the captain's ID, and I need the hypo spray." Problem is, I haven't seen the CMO treat a single patient, so I don't know where the hypo is. It might be in their locker. And the only time I seen the captain was when he caught my other syndicate buddy, so I wasn't really in good favor with him. And here's where things go very... South isn't even the right word. They go fucking west. The captain just comes to medical with an entourage of security, and he says, "You're under ass?" And I was so confused, and he clarifies that I'm under arrest. So I just walk with him to security, so I'm like, okay, well, he's not checking me immediately, so they must not suspect very much. But then he starts interrogating me and starts mentioning things about God and some dead guy, and I have no fucking idea what he's talking about. And then he pulls out a fucking brick of C4 and arms it. And I just bail. And I start begging the head of security and the normal security to, like, do something about this fucking captain. And, like, the security didn't arrest me, but they also didn't stop the captain. And kind of led to nothing. There was some confusion about the head of security not wanting to arrest the captain. Another security officer quite literally said, "What the fuck do we do?" And that was the beginning of a long experience that I wasn't involved in, but I think eventually the captain killed himself with the C4, and he started tearing apart the hop's walls with a fire axe, and and he like told Grey Tiders to kill the hop. So honestly, he did way more damage to the station than I did. And here's where an opportunity came in. I was actually treating this patient, and I gave them a bicarb pill. Turns out the bicarb pill, some of them, there was hundreds of them, by the way. Some of them were laced with 20 units of Lexerin each. So I ended up killing this person. I mean, they eventually got saved. Like, I got a little bit of help to revive them. I warned all the medical to not use the pills, and that led to a little bit of drama. And then, once again, I run into another security officer who there's another one wearing galoshes. So I, again, do the subtle threat saying, I want your shoes, it's gonna be a problem. And I'm like, how long will I get in the brig if I take them? But what I wasn't expecting, he was offering the shoes, but I didn't really want them. And it didn't really go anywhere anyway. It also didn't go anywhere, but I think it's kind of funny to like openly threaten people. Some more time goes on. I noticed the head of security, the CMO, and the CE discussing the captain's demotion, but the captain was already dead at this point, and he quit. So that was just another layer of drama that was not involving me. Again, some time passed, and I treated another patient, actually trying to be a doctor, just not to like fit in, you know. And this pill, again, was laced with Lexerin and killed this person. And at this point, people are starting to get worried about it, and people are starting to die at a rapid rate because apparently somebody was spreading them out too. And I think overall this led to a lot of confusion. Like, it wasted a lot of security's time. As you can see, there was many officers who ended up coming. And then eventually, Cliff shows back up at medical, and he has the captain's ID because the captain killed himself and he looted it. And I ask him, do you need the hypo spray? And he basically says, no, it's fine. And as it ends up turning out, which, jumping a little bit, nothing happens. We don't kill the CMO or anything. But we go to the shuttle, and his other objective was to escape on the shuttle. And without anyone really knowing other than the captain being a little crazy, I basically just completed all my objectives without doing anything. I didn't even purchase a single Syndicate item. I had all my TC still. Essentially, this was a social win. I basically ratted out the janitor that I had to assist by saying he was trying to kill me. And I think that threw people off that he was on the same side as me. And I think the captain going batshit crazy, trying to use his C4 to kill me and ultimately killing himself, led to my assist target getting a free captain ID, which was his objective. And both of us managed to evade any real suspicion. And we both just escaped on the shuttle with 0 lives taken. As far as I'm aware, Cliff didn't kill anyone, and I didn't kill anyone. Oh, that's not true. I killed people with lace pills. And yeah, that's really it. I didn't do live commentary, and this is just a really weird round. I feel like I won just by saying the right things at the right time and having a lot of really good luck.